going back to your career, May 29th, what made you decide to come back? And we've got an old-fashioned Italian versus Irish battle at the Barclays Center.
Yeah, this fight would be like a huge blockbuster, right? If it was like in 1955. I mean, I came around too late. Me and Danny did. But I don't know. Over the course of the year, you kind of miss it. Sometimes you miss it more than others. Some days you miss competing. You see the fights, and some days you're like, man, I'm glad I'm not a part of it. And sometimes I'm like, man, I miss this. And little by little, you start missing it more. Al Heyman did his PBC thing, and I'm like, man, I could be a part of this if I wanted to. It's getting a lot of network coverage. Fighters get paid well, and so little by little, I just started just kind of having that desire to want to come back. Some days, don't get me wrong, I'm training some days, and I'm like, like I'm busy weeks like this. I'm so busy, and I work with 3 different networks on television, so it's so busy. It's hard to have like a normal training camp because I'm away from my trainers all the time, and sometimes I got to do my own makeshift workouts and whatnot. And there's been some days, I'll admit it, where I'm like, I said to myself, why did I decide to come back? Now I got to make weight, and despite all this, I got to train, figure out a way to train, despite being so busy with all this. Why did I do this to myself, But then I think when I'm in the ring on May 29th and I'm here in the crowd and I'm in the moment, I think those are the moments you appreciate, and then you tell yourself, well, this is why you put yourself through a hard time. It's to be in these big moments and be in these fun moments. Competing is in my DNA, and I think I'll always be a competitor. So while I can still be in the ring, why not?
Does that mean you're going to train in Vegas, being that you're working with Memo?
Yeah, it was. I started working with him this week actually. Before that we had just talked about doing a deal. We had to come up with a deal. So yesterday was my first day with him, and we went to the UNLV track. Had a good workout at the track. This morning I was with him. We went to the pool by the gym here. We did a workout in the pool. Later today I got to do my own workout, probably in my hotel room. I don't have time to get to a boxing gym. I just turned a good old heat up, jump rope, shadow box.
Well, the heat is coming here.
Yeah. Work on my form, I still got to work on my boxing technique and whatnot.
That's dedication too, though, man.
And then Monday, when I get back to New York, I have some sparring set up with some southpaws. So, it's a balance. And yeah, it's a dedication, but if there was no passion behind the dedication, I wouldn't be able to do it. It's only because I have a passion for what I do that I deal with what I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm. You're covering the welterweight division now. I mean, you're going to be a welterweight still. I mean, do you think about now fighting these other guys that you've called their fights and seeing how you do against them? Do you want to get back on that level real quick?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I want to take it back one fight at a time, like I said, some days I'm doing this and I'm like, man, why did I put myself in this situation? I have to train right now. Like, I could be taking a nap between sets. Instead, between sets, I got to go change and get a workout and take a shower, get changed for the next set, that I'm doing on television. So, yeah, I mean, I'll see how I feel on fight night, and I'll see how I look back on the training camp and see if I could really dedicate myself to the point where I should take other fights or not. I may win the fight and say, I don't know if I have time to do this again. Or I may say, you know what, maybe I have time to do this and, I'll want to try it again. So I can't, I'm going to take it one fight at a time. I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as I can, because sometimes the reward is in the journey, not just the end result. And then from there, I'll see where I'm going.
Isn't it a great position, though, where you have all these different TV stuff, so you don't have to fight again if you don't want to, where other guys seem like they keep fighting because it's the only way they can make money?
Well, that's the thing. I think if it was, the funny thing would be if I didn't have this job and I was still fighting, people would probably think I needed the money, like I'm broke or something like that. So I think people understand that I'm not broke. I get compensated very well from these networks that I work on. Being on television is cool, not just because it's on television, but also that I get compensated very well. But it's cool to not have the financial stress of it. But at the end of the day, it's still stress because anything I do, I want to do it well. I'm never satisfied. And people say, oh, why do you want to fight when you have these jobs? They don't bring the same adrenaline rush. Nothing brings the adrenaline rush of combat. Of organized combat in a packed arena. Nothing brings that, and I'll never feel that once I'm done. Yeah. Well, so I'm alive. I want to live. If I'm not gonna feel that being alive feeling, I might as well be dead. What's the point of being alive if you can't feel what I feel? That's the way I look at it. So for that reason, it makes it worth it.